of about 4 inches. The weight's about the same, both 26 years of age, and as you can see, a couple of knockouts for Almagar and 3 for Nelson. Now let's go ringside.
Okay, boxing fans, our second World Championship match of the night is upcoming. This 10-round battle for the WIBF Super Welterweight title with Mitch Halpern, the referee. Judges assigned at ringside, C.J. Ross, Chuck Giampa, and Dick Houck. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the royal blue trunks with the white stripe. She owns a perfect 4-0 pro record with 3 knockouts to her credit and calls Seminole, Texas her home. Weighing in at 149 pounds for this title showdown, she is Maryann Gorgeous Almagar. And her opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the purple trunks. She is the current European kickboxing champion and lives in Northern Ireland. Weighing in at 148½ pounds, here she is, Deirdre Nelson. 10 rounds for the WIBF Super Welterweight Championship of the World. Mitch Halpern, the referee.
You already know the instructions in the dressing room. We want a good fight. Protect yourself at all times. Any questions? All right, touch gloves. Boom.
Here we go again. Remember, WIBF rules, it's a 10-round bout for the championship, 2-minute rounds. 10-ounce gloves being used by all the fighters. Nelson pressing it right away and trying to get Almagar back into the corner.
And as we can see, Almagar is a southpaw, and I'm wondering how much experience Nelson has had facing a lefty.
It's different when you get in there with the southpaw. All those punches are coming from different angles.
Nelson, the early aggressor here in the fight. Again, Deirdre Nelson in the purple trunks, the blue and the white stripe for Maryann Almagar.
Nice body shot by Maryann. Nice lead right hand. That's what you want to do against a southpaw.
Okay, by pushing down the button, I'll let you know.
Good body shot that snuck in that time from Maryann. She got one right to the solar plexus of the right hand.
And we heard it.
Left hand that time snuck in by Nelson, snapped Almagar's head back just a bit, caught her right on the cheek. Round 1 for the Super Welterweight Championship of the WIBF at 149 pounds. Almagar got a left that kind of snuck in there after the exchange.
Nelson's got her against the rope, and she's off.
Nelson looking at the ref and saying, what, you going to let her push me?
Very exasperated facial expression.
Mitch Halpern didn't see anything wrong with it.
Nelson having a little fun out there.
Nelson's clowning at this point. She's having fun. She's stutter stepping. And Almagar made her pay that time with a right hand that came in over the head. 10 seconds left to go in the first round.
You want to steal the round at the end, not wait. Ooh.
First round is over. I'll tell you what I did see in that round, though. Bridget, what was evident to me, Maryann Almagar in the red corner with the blue trunks on, very fast, quick snaps of the glove. Now, Deirdre Nelson can clown all she wants, but she's a little more slow, she's a little more methodical. I don't see a whole lot of speed coming out of those punches.
It does seem like it's taking longer for those punches to get out there by Nelson as compared to Maryann.
Here's the push. Now watch the facial expression on Deirdre Nelson. She gets the push. She's saying, come on now. And then it was a couple of minutes later where she got in the play.
Quite a diametric difference, though, between this fight and last. The bantamweight's really mobile and throwing a lot of jabs, far more punches. This was a much more sedate opening round for the Super Welters.
I have always said in boxing that it is the lower weight divisions that sometimes, most times, have the most exciting fights.
Yeah.
Here, here.
Nelson with the jab right off the bat.
Two good right hands that time from Almagar. Stuck one in and came right back and followed. Nelson fighting back. Right hand again from Almagar. She caught her with a quick cross to the face. Another right hand followed up with a left by Nelson.
Hand by Maryann.
Maryann Almagar in the blue trunks pushing the action here in the second round of the Super Welterweight Championship out of the WIBF.
Nelson trying to land that right hand.
Very slow. Very slow.
I think Maryann sees it coming.
This is the first boxing match for Deirdre Nelson, the taller of the two in the purple trunks, and it's showing. Oh, good right hand, followed it up. A solid left to the face of Deirdre Nelson.
Maryann needs to keep those hands up when she gets in the corner.
Oh, my! Big right hand. Nelson's in trouble.
Oh, nice body
Almagar
shot.
pushes it. Body shot, shots to the head. And Mitch Halpern has stepped in and stopped the fight. Deirdre Nelson is stunned.
She's
She
stunned.
cannot believe that the fight has been stopped in the second round.
She's an absolute shock.
From one emotion to the other, in the red corner, Maryann Almagar. Deirdre Nelson is simply beside herself as she's talking with the ring officials.
Very upset. Maryann was going to work.
Let's look at it again. Action from the second round here at the Aladdin Hotel. Maryann Almagar, it seemed as if at times she was very much able to time the punches of Deirdre Nelson. Let's look at it again. This will be earlier. Nelson misses again the speed. Watch Almagar as she's able to get herself out of the corner. Here comes the end of the fight. Right on the button. No doubt about it. Nelson is in trouble at this point.
But she doesn't look hurt.
I think what Mitch Halpern will do in a situation like this, though, he basically saw her as defenseless and stopped the fight.
Fans, at the 1 minute 24-second mark of the second round, referee Mitch Halpern elects to stop the fight. Nelson not retaliating. So the winner and new WIBF Super Welterweight Champion of the World, Maryann "Gorgeous" Almagar.
Now the crowd can disagree with the stopping of the fight, but what they cannot disagree with is the fact that Almagar pushed this fight.
Almagar pushed it. I think it was stopped a little soon. I'd like to see it go a little more, to tell you the truth. But Nelson should have been fighting back a bit.
We're going to look at it one more time. Now, Mitch Halpern stopped the fight because, in his opinion, right on the button. Now, Nelson at this point is wobbling. She gets back. She's against the ropes. And I believe why he stopped the fight was, and again, it may have been too soon, but in his opinion, Nelson was defenseless. She was taking too many shots. There's one that got through. There's the right hand. I think it was that right hand. He saw that get through. There was no defense up, and he stopped it there. But I will say this much. While I don't think you'd have to argue that Almagar pushed the fight, you can argue along with Deirdre Nelson that it was stopped way too soon.
Yeah, she's in shock.
Jerry Hoffman's in the ring now with the winner of the second fight of the night, the Super Welterweight champion. Jerry?
Well, thank you, Ed. And it was a remarkable short stoppage in many people's opinion here at ringside. Maryann, do you agree?
I'm not going to say I agree with it, but I mean, in my experience in fighting and boxing, when you don't respond, when you're protecting yourself and not responding, well, they're going to stop it. So I felt like he just used that judgment. I'm not saying it was fair, but he did what he had to do.
You definitely had Deirdre confounded with the southpaw stance. I don't know that you've seen anybody with those right-hand leads before like that.
Well, a lot of people have a problem with that, but that's, you know, I knew that was going to be a problem to her. A lot of these women haven't fought southpaws, but I'm right-handed, but I fight southpaws, so.
Well, let's take a look at a little bit of the action as you scored that knockout to win the world title at 124 of round 2. Why don't you take us through the action?
At the time, I was just watching her, taking my time. I didn't want to come in and rush it. I've done that in the past with Helga. She was a good example, being taller than me and all, but these punches there, I felt like they were hurting her, and she wasn't responding, and that's what caused everything. I felt that she should have moved. You know, maybe it wouldn't have happened.
Well, I know you probably would have wanted the World Championship won without a controversial stoppage, but how does it feel to be champion of the world?
I'll tell you what, I can't explain to you how it feels, and really, to tell you the truth, I don't think it's dawned. I mean, it hasn't hit me yet, but I'll tell you what, when I go back home, it might hit me then, because all my people back in Texas are waiting for me.
Well, the president of the WIBF, Barbara Bruttick, has just given you the championship belt. Why don't you show it to the world?